Did you know that the average Tanzanian worker's social security savings are now part of a system that has quietly grown to surpass even Kenya's? This remarkable shift is more than just a statistic. It's a sign of deep transformation underway in East Africa. For years, Kenya's financial institutions and pension systems were the envy of the region, setting standards that seemed out of reach for its neighbors. But today, Tanzania's social security sector is not only catching up, it's forging ahead, reflecting broader changes in the country's economic landscape. For decades, this kind of progress was unthinkable. The region's history is filled with stories of missed opportunities, political instability, and economic hurdles that seemed insurmountable. In the 1980s and 90s, Tanzania was often seen as lagging behind, while Kenya surged ahead, attracting investment and talent from across the continent. The story of East Africa was always written with Nairobi as its capital and economic engine. Nairobi's skyline, dotted with gleaming towers and bustling with international business, became a symbol of progress and ambition. For many it was the gateway to opportunity, the place where dreams could be realized. Kenya set the pace, the benchmark for the region. Its stock exchange was the most active, its entrepreneurs the most celebrated, and its influence the most far-reaching. For years, neighboring countries looked to Kenya for inspiration and guidance, hoping to replicate its success. But now, a new chapter is unfolding. Tanzania is stepping out of the shadows. The country is experiencing a surge of optimism driven by reforms, investment, and a renewed sense of national pride. Dar es Salaam, once considered a sleepy port city, is now buzzing with activity and ambition. The International Monetary Fund projects that within a decade Tanzania could overtake Kenya as the largest economy in East Africa. This isn't just a bold prediction, it's grounded in data showing rapid growth in sectors like construction, manufacturing, and services. Tanzania's GDP is expanding at a pace that's turning heads in boardrooms and government offices alike. This isn't a distant dream, it's a real possibility, built on data, bold projects, and a new national confidence. Across Tanzania you'll find ambitious infrastructure projects, from highways to power plants, and a new generation of business leaders eager to make their mark. The country's youthful population is fueling innovation and entrepreneurship at a scale never seen before. As Tanzania builds new ports, railways, and attracts record investment, old assumptions are being challenged. International investors are taking notice, pouring capital into sectors that were once overlooked. The port of Dar es Salaam is now a critical gateway for trade, connecting landlocked neighbors to global markets and boosting regional integration. The rivalry between Kenya and Tanzania is now a race to the top, promising to redefine the future for millions. It's not just about economic statistics, it's about the hopes and aspirations of a new generation. Young professionals in both countries are collaborating, competing, and pushing each other to new heights, creating a dynamic environment that's reshaping East Africa's destiny. From Dodoma's corridors of power to Dar es Salaam's boardrooms, there's a new sense of purpose. Policymakers are crafting strategies to sustain growth, while business leaders are forging partnerships that cross borders. The energy is palpable, and the stakes have never been higher. In this series we'll explore the policies, projects, and people driving Tanzania's ascent, and how it's shaking up Kenya's long-standing dominance. We'll meet the visionaries, the risk-takers, and the everyday workers whose efforts are transforming their countries and the region as a whole. This is the story of two lions, vying for the pride of East Africa. Their competition is fierce, but it's also a source of inspiration, driving progress, innovation, and hope for a brighter future across the region. To grasp Tanzania's rise, we must first appreciate Kenya's legacy. For over 50 years, Kenya was East Africa's economic and political heavyweight. Nairobi's open market policies and stable politics made it the region's hub for multinationals and NGOs. Kenya's advanced financial sector and entrepreneurial workforce gave it a head start. Safaricom's M-Pesa set a global standard for mobile money. The Nairobi Securities Exchange was the region's most vibrant, attracting talent and capital. Kenya's infrastructure, Mombasa Port, Jomo Kenyatta Airport, served as the main arteries for regional trade. But this dominance bred comfort, even complacency, as internal challenges grew. Kenya's top spot was seen as a birthright, until now. Tanzania's rapid catch-up is testing old assumptions and transforming the region. The game has changed. The numbers reveal a dramatic shift in economic power, one that is reshaping the landscape of East Africa. For decades, Kenya stood as the region's economic powerhouse, its capital Nairobi a symbol of ambition and growth. But today, the data tells a new story, one of rapid transformation and rising competition. Kenya's economy was once double Tanzania's, a gap that seemed insurmountable just a generation ago. Nairobi's skyline soared while Dar es Salaam lagged behind. But in recent years, Tanzania has been catching up at a remarkable pace, narrowing the divide with every passing year. By 2024, Kenya's GDP reached $125.4 billion, maintaining its lead. Yet Tanzania's economy surged to $83 billion, now nearly 70% the size of Kenya's, a dramatic leap from just a decade ago. The numbers are more than statistics. They reflect a shift in momentum that few predicted. Tanzania's growth averages 5.5% annually, outpacing many of its neighbors. New construction projects, expanding infrastructure, and a vibrant entrepreneurial spirit are fueling this rise. Projections suggest even higher growth rates ahead as investment pours into sectors like manufacturing, energy, and technology. In 2020, Tanzania achieved lower middle-income status, a milestone that sparked national pride and international recognition. For millions of Tanzanians, this achievement is more than a headline. It's a sign of progress, hope, and a brighter future. Meanwhile, Kenya's economy, though still the largest in the region, faces significant headwinds. Rising public debt, persistent currency pressures, and global economic shocks have created uncertainty. Inflation and unemployment are pressing concerns, challenging policymakers to find new solutions. The International Monetary Fund now forecasts that Tanzania could overtake Kenya to become East Africa's largest economy within a decade. This projection is fueling both excitement and anxiety across the region, as countries prepare for a new era of economic rivalry and partnership. But this story isn't just about numbers or rankings. For Tanzania, it means more jobs, rising incomes, and real progress in reducing poverty. It's about young professionals finding opportunities, families building better lives, and a nation stepping confidently onto the global stage. For Kenya, the narrowing gap is a wake-up call, a reminder that past success doesn't guarantee future dominance. To stay ahead, Kenya must confront its challenges head-on, invest in innovation, and reignite the engines of growth that once set it apart. The region's economic hierarchy is in flux, creating both new opportunities and fierce competition. As trade links deepen and cross-border investments grow, collaboration and rivalry will shape the next chapter of East Africa's story. East Africa's future is up for grabs. The choices made today will determine not just who leads but how millions of lives are transformed in the years to come. Tanzania's rise is clear in its new dominance in regional trade. Once seen as a quieter player in East Africa, Tanzania has rapidly transformed itself into a powerhouse, with Dar es Salaam at the heart of this economic surge. The city's port, now one of the busiest on the continent, is a symbol of this new era. Its docks alive with the constant movement of goods, ships, and people. The hum of activity here is a testament to the country's growing influence and ambition. In 2023, Dar es Salaam led the EAC's $12.1 billion intra-regional trade, outpacing Kenya for the first time in decades. This shift marks a significant milestone, as Tanzania's strategic investments in infrastructure and logistics have paid off handsomely. The port's efficiency and capacity have attracted traders from across the region, making it the preferred gateway for goods moving in and out of East Africa. The numbers tell a compelling story. Tanzania is no longer just catching up, it's setting the pace. Tanzanian goods and logistics are now the preferred choice for neighbors, from Rwanda to Zambia. Trucks bearing Tanzanian plates are a common sight at border crossings, and the country's railways are busier than ever, carrying everything from agricultural produce to manufactured goods. In markets across the region, Tanzanian products are gaining a reputation for reliability and value, further cementing the country's role as a regional trade leader. Under President Samia Suluhu Hassan, Tanzania has become a magnet for foreign investment. Her administration's focus on openness, reform, and international cooperation has sent a strong signal to investors worldwide. President Samia's personal engagement with global business leaders has helped reshape Tanzania's image, turning it into a destination of choice for those seeking stability and opportunity in Africa. The 2022 Tanzania Investment Act slashed red tape and boosted investor protections. By streamlining procedures and offering greater legal certainty, the act has made it easier than ever for both local and foreign investors to do business. This landmark legislation has been widely praised for its clarity and effectiveness, and it's already delivering results on the ground. In 2023 to 24, Tanzania attracted a record $3.5 billion in FDI, with total FDI stock at $20 billion. This surge in investment is visible in the city's rapidly changing skyline, where new office towers and construction cranes signal a future of growth. International investors are setting up shop in Dar es Salaam, drawn by the promise of returns and the country's improving business climate. Beyond traditional sectors, Tanzania's tech and startup scene is also gaining momentum. Young entrepreneurs are launching innovative businesses, from fintech to logistics, leveraging the country's improved digital infrastructure and access to capital. This new wave of innovation is helping diversify the economy and create jobs for a new generation. This capital is fueling growth in mining, energy, manufacturing, and logistics. Gold mines are expanding, new energy plants are coming online, and modern factories are opening their doors. The logistics sector in particular is booming, as Tanzania positions itself as the region's key distribution hub. Investors are drawn to Tanzania's stability and clear policy direction, while Kenya must now compete harder for capital. The rivalry between Dar es Salaam and Nairobi is intensifying, with each city striving to offer better incentives, infrastructure, and opportunities. This healthy competition is pushing both countries to raise their game, ultimately benefiting the entire region. The competition is raising standards and creating more opportunities for all. Factories are adopting new technologies, entrepreneurs are finding new markets, and young professionals are seizing chances that didn't exist just a few years ago. The energy and optimism are palpable, as Tanzania's economic transformation inspires others across East Africa. Tanzania is now a formidable contender in the battle for investment. Its cities are vibrant, its policies are forward-looking, and its people are determined to build a brighter future. The world is taking notice and the momentum shows no signs of slowing down. The region's business landscape is being redrawn, with Dar es Salaam emerging as a new center of gravity. As trade routes shift and investment flows follow, Tanzania's new allure is shaping the future of East Africa. Tanzania's infrastructure overhaul is transforming it into a regional economic hub. The flagship standard gauge railway links Dar es Salaam to Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and the DRC, slashing freight costs and rerouting regional commerce. The Julius Nyerere hydropower dam will double Tanzania's power capacity, ending shortages and powering growth. Tanzania's role in the US-led Lobito Corridor project aims to create a transcontinental trade route. These projects directly challenge Kenya's infrastructure dominance. As Tanzania's new railways and ports come online, the region's logistics map is being redrawn. Tanzania is unlocking its mineral wealth with strategic speed. Mining now contributes over 9% to GDP, with the government holding a 16% stake in major projects. In 2023, new mining deals worth $667 million were signed, including a graphite supply agreement for Tesla's EV batteries. A $42 billion LNG project is set to make Tanzania a global energy exporter, bringing in billions and creating jobs. This resource boom gives Tanzania an economic edge Kenya can't easily match. Mining and energy revenues are fueling Tanzania's infrastructure and social programs. Tanzania's robust social security system is a hidden strength. Its NSSF, valued at $3.3 billion, now surpasses Kenya's. Tanzania's mandatory 20% savings rate creates a large pool of domestic investment capital. Kenya only recently increased its rate to 12%, highlighting Tanzania's lead. A larger pension fund means more capital for infrastructure and less reliance on foreign debt. Tanzania's mature system gives it a powerful advantage for long-term stability. Kenyan firms once dominated East Africa's corporate scene. Now, Tanzanian companies are expanding across borders, challenging that supremacy. Banks, manufacturers, and logistics firms from Tanzania are making regional moves. A new generation of Tanzanian entrepreneurs is building Pan-African businesses. This competition is making companies more efficient and innovative. Kenyan firms can no longer take dominance for granted. The boardroom battle for East Africa is on. Both Kenya and Tanzania face challenges: public debt, currency pressures, and political risks. Tanzania's 2025 election and ongoing issues like corruption and youth unemployment are hurdles. But this rivalry isn't a zero-sum game. It's a catalyst for progress. Competition is raising standards, spurring innovation, and integrating the region. The future will be shaped by two giants working, competing, and growing together. East Africa's story is no longer about one leader but a powerful new economic bloc. What do you think? How will this rivalry shape our future? Let's talk about it.